cannot see you.
Hello dear viewers, this is Ivan Belastenko for Against the Tide TV, Idź Prąd from Lublin, Poland. With us we have our good friend and the editor-in-chief of Hong Kong Bilingual News, Chapman Chen. Hello Chapman.
Hello Ivan, thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining. So I want to get your thoughts about our petition that we have started, suggesting for President Donald Trump to demand reparations from the communist Chinese regime for coronavirus, for covering up the coronavirus. What are your thoughts on this petition, and about getting reparations from China? Is it justified? Is it the right thing to do?
Yes, I have shared your petition, which I think is very meaningful and very important. And of course, China should pay reparations for covering up the coronavirus and for causing immense damage and danger and harm and deaths to the whole world. And in this connection, we may also mention that recently 5 plaintiffs from Florida have commissioned a Boca law firm to seek a class action lawsuit against China for covering up the coronavirus, for lowering the figures, and thereby causing harm and damage to U.S. citizens. Of course, China should pay reparations, but we have to reckon the fact that China will not pay the reparations, because China, Red China, the CCP, has never apologized, and they will never apologize. And so they are like the serpents in Genesis and in Revelation. They are devil's advocate. So what should the world do, and what should the U.S. do, and what should Europe do? In my opinion, now that China is trying to shift the blame onto the USA, and they claim that the virus was brought to China and to the world by the U.S. military, and and according to Bill Bishop, an American sinologist, the U.S.-China relations are on the verge of collapsing, and also Global Times, the state-controlled media, also recently said that the President Donald Trump's Chinese virus threat is contributing to an escalating clash between the U.S. and China. So, in my opinion, from my point of view, it is almost impossible for China to fulfill the terms of the Phase 1 U.S.-China trade deal, and they won't be able. They have never had the intention to fulfill the terms of the trade deal anyway. But now with the coronavirus, they won't be able to meet the contract, the trade deal. For example, they are supposed to pay the 263 billion US for buying US goods within this year, but they won't do so. It's unlikely, highly unlikely, they will be able to do so, and so they may want to use the coronavirus, this Chinese virus, as an excuse, as a force majeure, to waive the terms of the deal. But according to Bryan Parrott, a London-based partner of the international law firm Holman Fenwick Whelan, it is extremely challenging for China to prove that the coronavirus is a valid force majeure, because legally speaking, this is very difficult, and to prove that the coronavirus has made it impossible for China to meet the trade deal, or has made it or has impaired China's ability to do so. So and also China would not let the CDC or any U.S. experts to enter China to check up the coronavirus situation. So they won't have, they cannot use the virus as an excuse for failing to comply with the trade deal. So what should the USA do? I think, or what may the USA do? Probably the USA will increase tariffs on all China goods to 40% or even 100% in order to penalize China for failing to meet the trade deal and for covering up the coronavirus and for shifting the blame onto the USA. And also the other countries may also want to do so similarly to punish China for spreading the virus to their countries in a similar way. For example, according to Lowry Guerette, a former U.S. think tank advisor, senior advisor, the One Belt, One Road has become One Belt, One Hate. So most countries now love China. And although China is now trying to push the propaganda that they did everything they could, that they bought the whole world time, that they try to save the whole world, that the whole world owe them a great thank you. But this is not the fact. So probably in order to penalize China, and probably maybe it is advisable for all countries to increase tariffs on all China goods. And also, as suggested by the Australian Muslim Imam Mohammed Tawhidi, the various countries may also punish China by wiping out debts to China, by not paying the debts to China. And this will probably put an end to China, because China has never regretted, and now it has also expelled journalists from China. That is, journalists from the Wall Street Journal, from Washington Post, and from New York Times. So so they probably under great pressure, under the pressure of increased or mass illness and death, sudden economic downturn, and nationalistic citizenry, President Xi Jinping is trying to deflect the blame onto an external enemy, that is either USA and or Taiwan. So in order to secure peace, the whole world now has to prepare for war, because in order to deflect blame, President Xi Jinping may launch a sudden attack on Taiwan. And fortunately, in January and in February this year, we have seen U.S. warship respectively passing through the Taiwan Strait. So, and if China should attack Taiwan, then the U.S. probably will take action and put an end to the Great Red Dragon. And by the way, it is said that the situation in Hong Kong is not very serious or severe or grave, but the confirmed cases are only 160 with 4 to 5 deaths. However, the reality is that at least 6,000 families have been quarantined in Hong Kong, but they have not been subjected to the standard test for the virus. So the actual number of confirmed cases in Hong Kong may be much greater than the published one. And also the Hong Kong government is now closing itself is now closing the border to all Western countries, to all European and countries, and Canada and USA and the UK, etc., but not to China. So in fact, they are going to open the border to China towards the end of this month, probably, because by the end of this month there will be direct flights from Wuhan to Hong Kong. So this will put Hong Kong in a great danger. In fact, China, according to Dr. David Ho, the inventor of the cocktail therapy for AIDS, there is no doubt that the coronavirus originated from China, and probably is a bioweapon created by China. So now, but somehow the virus escaped from the laboratory in Wuhan, and China shot itself in the foot. So as we mentioned last time, so China is now trying to grab the whole world, to drag the whole world to hell together with itself. In the whole world, including the USA, Europe, Hong Kong, Taiwan. And so we have to be very cautious about this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan, what you mentioned there, to stop paying the debts the Western world owns to China, and obviously this will result in a collapse of the regime, which we all hope for. So thank you very much, Chapman, for your thoughts and this insight. Please keep safe in there, and we hope that that Hong Kong will be able to last through these difficult times, and we keep praying for you guys over there as well. So thank you very much for joining us, Chapman Chen.
God bless Poland. God bless Hong Kong.
Amen. Amen. Thank you very much for joining us. Chapman Chen was with us, the editor-in-chief of Hong Kong Bilingual News. Thank you, Chapman. My name is Ivan Milostenko for Ishvat Pront. Go Against that TV. Thank you for watching.